Hey everyone, today I have another external portable monitor review for you. This is the CForce CF015xT. Now on my YouTube channel, I feature art products, and in this case here, this monitor, it's supposed to have good color accuracy, so digital artists may want to check it out. And also, this is a touch screen monitor, so we'll see whether or not you can actually draw on this. This is a 4K USB-C monitor with HDMI support. Let me show you the things included first. That's the mini HDMI to full-size HDMI cable, 1.5 meters long. USB-C to USB-C, 1 meter. Cleaning cloth. And there's this collapsible foldable stand. So you can just deploy it very simply like that. This foldable plastic stand is definitely more stable compared to the flip case stand that's provided. And you can change the angle. This is the flip case cover. You can see there's a fold here so that you can fold the cover on the back and prop up the monitor. This material is some sort of PU leather material. Logo is here. CForce is a company that makes a lot of external portable monitors. This is just one of their many. They have 1080p monitors, 4K, with or without touch, 12-inch monitors, 15-inch monitors, and also monitors made specifically for Mac OS. Their monitors are sold through their website as well as on Amazon, so they are a reputable seller. You can check out the reviews for their monitors on Amazon. So this particular model, this is the 15-inch 4K model. You can see the display, it's very glossy. And the design, I'll talk more about it when I power it on, because right now it's just all black. On the side here, there's the power button, the micro USB port, and 3.5mm audio jack. On the right side, there are two USB-C ports, and this is the mini HDMI. When you attach a connector to the port, it will automatically detect the input source. Now this monitor is quite thin. Let me just remove this cover to show you just how thin it is. So the top part is thinner compared to the bottom part. And this flip case is also quite thin. This flip case attaches to the back magnetically. At the bottom, there are two rubber feet. The speakers are located here and here, pointing upwards. The audio is loud, but the sound quality, it sounds hollow. So notice the back here, it's very clean. So this case will attach magnetically to the back. The magnets are strong, but not that strong. So if you don't want your monitor to actually accidentally slip off from the case, you may want to use double-side tape to tape it down. So now I'm going to connect my Samsung Tab S7 Plus to the monitor. Now this Samsung tablet is able to output video signal. If you're using a tablet that cannot output video signal, then obviously it's not going to work with this external monitor. Now there are two USB-C ports because, notice the flicker. That's because this tablet, it doesn't provide enough power to power this display at maximum brightness. So if I were to turn the brightness all the way up, notice the flicker and it shuts off again. Let me just connect another USB-C port to the bottom here to provide extra power. Straight away you notice the brightness, it becomes brighter. The OSD menu is touch screen, so this is actually quite convenient. You can control the volume, brightness, contrast, color temperature, HDR, it's not that great. And you can change the language. Using a Spider 5 Pro color calibrator, I measured color support for 99% sRGB, 77% O2B RGB, and a maximum brightness of 350 nits. So this display, it's relatively color accurate, and this is a bright display, so the colors, they really look vibrant. Even without calibration out of the box, the colors, they look great. And since this is a touch screen, you can use your fingers to move around the display. So this is very convenient. If you want to get an external monitor and you happen to be using Windows or Android, I do recommend getting a touch screen monitor because it's really convenient. For people thinking of connecting this to macOS, iPad or iPhones, just note that touch does not work because Apple doesn't support touch gestures for their Apple devices. Right, now I am running the display at 1440p resolution, not 4K, because this tablet and Samsung DeX is the desktop user interface for Android. Samsung DeX is not able to output 4K resolution. So depending on the device that you are using, you may or may not be able to output 4K. So one good use case for an external monitor is it improves productivity. So for example, when I am drawing, if I need to refer to a reference photo, now with this external display, I can actually place my reference photo there and draw here. So I don't have to switch between different apps on my Samsung tablet, like switching between Chrome browser and back to this drawing program. So when I have the reference photo on the side there, I can just refer to it and draw. It saves so much time. The touch interface works quite well. It's smooth and responsive. So let's see if we can draw on this tablet. I'm going to open Wacom Bamboo Paper. This is a note-taking app. This is the Samsung S Pen. Doesn't work. Anyway, the S Pen only works on selected Samsung devices. So let me switch over to using this rubber tip stylus. You can see some strokes, but it doesn't work. Let me try my finger. So my finger works, and you can see the latency, it's quite obvious. So there is this big gap as the line tries to catch up with my fingertip. With the rubber stylus, it doesn't work. And even for tapping on the display, it doesn't work that well either. So no, you cannot draw with the stylus. You can only draw with your finger if you call this drawing. Now, touch screen displays like this, especially for those laptops with touch screens, this is the sort of behavior you can expect. They are designed for finger gestures. They are not designed for use with stylus, for drawing or for writing. Multi-finger gesture support also works. Now, drawing with finger is it's not good enough. Android support for this monitor is fantastic. Once you connect the cables, it just works, and it works without any glitch. So here I have connected the monitor to my MacBook Pro, which also has Windows 10 installed. So this is Windows 10. And for some reason, I'm not able to get my computer to detect the 4K resolution. So right now it's actually running at 1080p. I have tried another external monitor, something quite similar to this, and it was able to detect the 4K resolution, but not for this particular monitor for some reason. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention earlier is the viewing angles for this display. It's really good. The colors, they don't shift. And now this is connected to macOS. Notice how the colors, they look very similar. That's the color accuracy working its magic, because I've already color calibrated the display. So for macOS, right now it's actually running at 4K resolution. You can see the user interface elements, the icons, the words, they are very small. So I need to change the scaling here. So after scaling, the UI elements, the menus, the icons, the fonts, they are now much bigger and easier to read. So this is actually 1080p scaling within the 4K resolution. And with 4K resolution, that's a lot of pixels. Everything just looks really sharp, really detailed. 4K has such a high resolution that you can even read this tiny little words within this icon here. This icon is smaller than the size of my fingernail. If you edit 4K videos or if you watch 4K videos, you will be able to watch 4K at 1:1 resolution. So videos are going to be very sharp, very detailed, and because the colors are so good, watching videos on this monitor, it's really enjoyable. The only downside is speakers, not that great, but you can plug in your own speaker using the 3.5mm audio jack. This, by the way, is a video that I made in India a few years ago. This 15-inch monitor has more resolution compared to the 27-inch BenQ monitor that I'm currently using, which runs 1440p. And the difference in the resolution, it's actually noticeable even if you don't have two monitors side by side to compare. Alright, to conclude, the visual and image quality of this display, it's really good. The colors look vibrant out of the box, and the brightness is much better compared to the various portable monitors that I have reviewed before. 350 nits is very bright, and right now I'm running it at half the brightness and it really looks really good. However, to reach the maximum brightness or 50% brightness, you do have to connect an extra cable for the extra power. The image quality here is very comparable to IPS LCD desktop monitors. So I find it quite amazing that you can get this sort of color accuracy in a portable format like this. And this is just an sRGB monitor. CForce, they do sell Adobe RGB monitor. So when the company reached out to me to ask which monitors I want to review, I picked this particular monitor because it has 4K, it has good color accuracy, and it has a touch screen. The Adobe RGB monitor, it doesn't have a touch screen. I find touch screen more useful compared to Adobe RGB, at least for me when I'm picking an external monitor, because I have a desktop monitor that already has Adobe RGB. For the downsides, for some reason I just cannot get my Windows 10 to output 4K resolution. It could be my Windows 10 installation, because Mac OS and Android, they are able to output the maximum resolution for this monitor. The other downside, of course, is the sound quality, but in such a thin form factor, I don't expect the speakers to be good. Anyway, when I'm watching movies, I use my Bluetooth speakers, so no issues there. Overall, for US $309, I think it's quite a competitive price, especially when you compare it to other brands. And CForce, at least from the reviews that I read online, they seem to be quite a reputable seller. Anyway, before you buy, always check out more reviews online, on Reddit, on whatever websites you can find. So that's my review of the CForce CF015xT. Yeah, I hope I got the model number right. Alright, see you guys in the next video. Bye!